What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shapiro's Rooted in American Craft, our podcast that celebrates artists, stories, and kind of the spirit behind the artwork that we showcase at Shapiro's Gallery. I'm Matt, along with my sister Alena, and we've been a part of the gallery for quite a long time. We opened the gallery with our parents in 1998. I was 9, Alena was 10. The gallery's been nestled in the heart of downtown St. Pete since then. We've moved around. We've brought in new artists. We've brought in new styles. We've brought in different types of jewelry. But most importantly, we've kind of created connections from the beginning. And those connections have been with us throughout the entire journey. The fun thing about having a retail establishment is you just never know who's going to walk through those doors. Being in a kind of a tourist destination, you never know who's going to come in. You never know who's going to come back. You never know what type of impact you can make on someone. And for this episode, we wanted to really focus on the stories and the connections of the gallery, the lives we've touched, the memories we've created, the shots we've had, the just the unique experiences and kind of impact that you guys have made on us, and kind of the impact that the gallery has made on you. We've heard stories over the years, and today we just kind of want to share a few of them. And our hope is at the end of the episode that you pop over to our social media and you share your story with us. As always, head over to the various Instagram and Facebook. They're both Shapiro's Gallery. You can also head over to our website, shapirosgallery.com, and send us a message if you want to share whatever your special moment is of the gallery. We sometimes always focus on work, but today we want to focus on you guys and kind of the impact that you guys have had on us. So, after that long intro, how are you, Alena?
I'm doing okay. I'm excited to see where this episode goes. Our customers are what make us who we are. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be around and we wouldn't be able to bring all these cool artists to St. Pete. So it's who we are. So I'm excited to highlight them a little bit today.
Do you have any one piece that stands out to you?
There's a lot that stand out to me, but I guess to kick it off, are we using names? Are we not naming names? Are we?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, one, I won't name names. We'll make it mysterious. But, one that stands out to me was a recent customer that we worked with. Her daughter, I believe she has 3 of them, and this was the last daughter that was getting married. And for every wedding, she had been searching for some sort of special piece of jewelry that she could get for her and her 3 girls, and had never found it. And, she went to a lot of different places, and she could never find the right thing. And one day she randomly walked into, our store, and she found a Sarah Graham piece, which she absolutely fell in love with, but she needed it tweaked a little bit. And we were able to work with her and with Sarah and create this beautiful collection for her and her 3 daughters. And I just think it's cool that, we were able to be such a big part of this wedding day and their jewelry. She came back afterwards. She was telling me all about it. She was so excited. She has some pictures that she's going to come share with us once she gets them back from her photographer. And it's just moments like that even though we weren't at the wedding, this special jewelry we were able to help find it and create it for them. And I just think that's such a cool part of our business.
Yeah, and I think it really, I joined the gallery kind of the summer of 2010 full time. Growing up in the gallery, I never really understood the impact of the gallery on the community as a whole. I never understood that people came specifically to the gallery for their special occasions, for their special events, for their annual trip. I never understood that, and then after joining the gallery and working at it, I started to kind of make some sense of it, and it really hit me in during COVID, when no one knew what was going on. Retail, as we all knew, it kind of changed, but the phone kept ringing and emails kept coming in saying, I'm buying a gift card. I'm probably never going to use it, but I want you guys to have the funds to be able to stay open and stay in business. So I'm doing everything I can to support you. And just the fact that with everything going on in the world with everybody, people took time out of their lives just to come to us and say, hey, you're important enough to me that I want you to be here. And I want you to stay in St. Pete. Here's money. I'm never going to redeem it. Do what you need to do with it to stay open. So for that, I just want to say thank you to everyone there. But I think the highlight for me is probably all the shots on Fridays and Saturday nights. Whether it's the sisters trips who come in and they, before they even shop anywhere, they come to the gallery, they take their shot of espresso vodka, and then they go on about their trip and usually end up back here, from young sisters to not as young sisters. They seem to come in and they always demand their alcohol. And for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, is there is a bottle of Van Gogh espresso that's usually always in the back, in the freezer, and it is some of the best vodka you can ever drink. For those that like it and even don't like vodka, they always come in and they want their shot. It's pure, it's smooth, it's cold, and it's perfect. So next time you're in the gallery, if you're listening and you hear about this, ask for a shot. We can celebrate. We'll toast to you. Because if you're listening to this, you are one of those people that have supported us throughout the years. So thank you for that. But I think like the one story that stands out to me the most is just the evolution of our customer. The number of second and third generation customers that we have that would come in with their parents and shop, and then they would buy something little for their mom, and then they would buy something little for their girlfriend throughout high school, and then their girlfriend that was in college, and then that girlfriend has now become their wife. So now they bought their wedding gifts here and their engagement gifts here, and now they're having kids, so they're coming back and they're buying stuff for the nursery. So it's been cool over the last 28 years just to see the evolution of our customer. So for those that have kind of grown with us, thank you so much. And I know we're going to have Mike on in a little bit later, and he's going to kind of share some of his stories about customers' experiences and kind of just saying thank you as well. But it's been cool to see, and retail is difficult in my opinion. It's I don't know about for you, Alena, but for me, it's so hard to remember the 98% of those that we just love. It's usually the 2% that it's all I can think about and remember. Yeah. And then, then sometimes when I'm really down, one of our regular customers comes in and it's like, yes, that's exactly what I needed. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing here. Whether it's, meeting the bride to be or the husband to be or the fiance or whoever the case may be, just, customers wanting us to be part of their lives. I think that's what's made it most memorable to me. And I hope that you're experiencing that, and I hope maybe one day Avery experienced that as well.
Yeah, it's, ever since I've had my girls, customers come in specifically to ask me how they're doing, even if they have no intention on buying anything. They care about us. And I think it's what sets this business apart. And I think it's why we've been able to continue the level of success that we have, is that our business is built on relationships. And we've talked about that in several podcasts before, that the only way you can survive in the craft world is by your relationships. And it's what we're built on. And we try to, I might not always remember your name, so I'm sorry if I don't remember your name, but I try to remember, the things that you've told me, or, things that you've purchased. And the fact that when you come in, you remember to ask me about my girls, or, people will ask me how, Guy's doing, and they know that I have an 8-month-old puppy, so they want to know how he's doing. And I just think that's so cool, because in a lot of businesses, you don't have that. And, the store has become this extension to a lot of people's families. And like you said, they make a point to come in all the time, just to check in. And I think that's just a special thing. we have going here that I don't know if a lot of places do, but I really value that we have that.
Yeah, it's all about the experiences. And what I am going to encourage anyone listening to the podcast is to either send us a video or send us a message about whatever your memorable experience is at the gallery, if you don't mind. I think it'd be really cool to combine their experiences with ours, see how we view them compared to how our customers view them, how you view them. So I really hope that if you are listening, and we're going to blast this out on social media as well, just kind of as a thank you for the memories and the experiences over the past few years. So if you have any stories you want to share, please send us a video. If you don't want to be on camera, just send us a message and we can read it on air for you guys. But we just really want to just kind of take a minute and pause the business side and just kind of go back to the emotional and the human side of the business and just say thank you for all of your support. But Mike's been through 28 years of building relationships. So I really want to get him to come on to see just kind of some of his stories. So there's one story in particular. Have you heard about the family from Chicago? They used to shop often here.
If I have, I don't remember.
Well, after their mom passed away, they, you know what, I'm going to let Mike share the story. So I'll let Mike share that story, and then I'll share one other story with you.
There's one family that comes in every year. And there were multiple generations, and when their mom really liked coming in, they liked really coming in. And if I remember correctly, when she passed, they took her ashes and they spread them across the street under the banyan tree. And I remember, I believe you guys had made a T-shirt that incorporated the banyan tree, and you gave the family one of those T-shirts. And when the family still comes, even though mom has passed, they still come to St. Petersburg. And when they visit, they come in, and when they leave, they're always looking at the banyan tree, and they tell me about that. That's just one story that comes to mind that really makes me know that we are part of this community, and it's so much bigger than making a sale. After 27 years, lots of we have lots of memories and lots of stories that we can share. But I never forget, I never forget that this gallery means so much more to people than just simply a place to buy a birthday gift or a Mother's Day gift or a Valentine's Day gift or a holiday gift. What I realized is that we have created and developed really strong relationships with people over 2 decades. In some instances, it's multiple generations of the same family. It's not unusual for someone to come in and tell me a story about something they bought 20 years ago that they still have, or they remember coming in with a parent or a grandparent, and it was a special memory. And every time they come in, they remember that person. We have people that visit us that don't live here in St. Petersburg, but continue to come in year after year because they've made special memories. For me, it's more than simply a transaction with people. It's more than just selling someone earrings or blown glass or a piece of pottery. While we like doing that, we need to do that to stay in business. For me, it's all about wanting to create some special bond or relationship with every customer that comes in. And I think that's one of the reasons people keep coming back for many, many years. There's so many customers that I can remember, and they come in. They often share their stories about how they go into their parents' house and they see something that they purchased for them many years ago, or they have something in their own home and it reminds them of a special time or a special time in their life. And I like that we're a part of that. I also appreciate that people come in here and they talk about all the folks that work here, and not just the family members, but a lot of our staff and how important those interactions were. And I think sometimes what's even more significant to me is when people come in and they say, you know what, I moved to St. Petersburg because of people in your store. I came in here and I was treated in a real friendly way. And suddenly we realized, wait, maybe this community is really worth exploring. And I like the fact that we were part of the catalyst or incentive for them to relocate to St. Petersburg. Um, so yeah, it's for me. It's like I say, I've said it before. It's more than just daily transactions. It's really about building and creating relationships. People coming in, being treated with in a real positive way. And I want folks to come in and enjoy their experience and then come back. And the fact that we've been able to stay in business for as long as we have is, I think, is testament to how good we've been at creating relationships with people. Yeah, we have beautiful artwork by really creative artists and craftspeople from all over the United States. There's no doubt about that. And we've got an awesome location, with the water across the street and the park and the restaurants and the outdoor dining, and we're open late. But it's more than that. It's really the whole experience, and I think that's kind of what motivates me. I still, after 27 years, I love coming in here. Sorry, guys, I don't want to stop working. I enjoy coming in here. I love meeting new people, and I especially like connecting with those that have been coming year after year after year. So for me, it's just I hope we just can keep rocking and rolling, for another 27 years.
How have you seen the relationships and the impact that the gallery's made on the community evolve from '98 to Baywalk to now?
So I think I hear this from a lot of people. We have become a downtown institution and downtown destination, and that just makes me feel great. There, years ago, when we first opened the store in the late '90s, there was another store downtown called the Straw Goat. And that was the go-to place for people downtown or people who were familiar with downtown, where they would go when they needed a special gift. And Sue and I said to ourselves, our goal is we want to have the same reputation that Straw Goat had. Well, people who remember Straw Goat tell me that not only have we met that, but we've exceeded that reputation. I've watched downtown grow. They talk about the being now the city of the arts. And, we really were pioneers back then. There wasn't a whole lot going on downtown. Galleries have sprung up, breweries have sprung up, more museums have opened. It's exciting. And I think that we have been a real important part. People talk about, we started at the same time the Rays did. People talk about how the Rays were a catalyst for downtown, when we think it was us, not the Rays.
Yeah. And I think for me, Mike had his stories, you've had your stories, I've shared a few, but one that really opened my eyes to what this gallery means is there's a yet another family that's supported us pretty much since the beginning. And there's a lot of you out there, so thank you. But this one in particular, she was about to pass away, and she reached out to the gallery and wanted Dad Mike to go see her. And her last few wishes were she wanted to buy one more gift for everyone in her family, a certain item from the gallery. And I know that Dad went to her bedside and they took notes on everything she wanted, and she was very particular on what she wanted each family member to get, but we couldn't send it until after she passed away because she wanted to send them one more gift. No one in the family knew. It was a surprise that she wanted to do with Dad and the gallery, and she wanted specifically the gift to come from us, from him, and she wanted it to be delivered to them at a certain date. And just with your life is coming to an end, and the one thing you think about is I want to buy one more gift from the gallery. It just really it began to open my eyes about what this gallery truly means. And as Dad mentioned, that it's kind of become a destination or a staple or an entity of downtown St. Pete, similar to the Straw Goat was. It's kind of it just makes you feel good, because even to today, Straw Goat hasn't been around since, I don't know, the mid '90s, late '90s, and people still talk about the Straw Goat some 30 years later. They talk about Straw Goat on Beach Drive, and to be in the same sentence as the Straw Goat on Beach Drive just is awesome. And I can't imagine, Mom and Dad pictured this when we opened the small place on Central, with a studio in the back and 600 square feet in the front, to now fast forward to today. It's cool to see. And, as I've mentioned previously, there's just those days where you're just down on retail, or it's, you've sold 7 cards in a row, and then someone brings back a clock they purchased 15 years ago to be repaired. And you're just like, why am I doing retail? And then someone comes in and just makes you realize why you do what you do and why we do what we do. And for me, it's just been really rewarding. And, again, I can't thank everyone enough. And, the memories and the stories, there's so many that we can talk about. But it's been cool to see.
Yeah. And I think we would be remiss with talking about relationships if we didn't also talk about the impact that our staff that we have working with us has made, because they really are Shapiro's too. Like, yes, that is our last name, and we're the behind the scenes people, but our staff is the front line, and they've made such an impact on so many of our customers and added to their stories, and added to why they continue to come back. So I think we definitely need to acknowledge the impact that they've had for this business as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dad mentioned that as well. And they're an extension of the family. And honestly, our customers, a lot of them have become kind of honorary family members as well. And I do want to we haven't named names, but I really do want to give a big shout out to Wendy. You know who you are, Wendy, and any event, every event, whether it's my t-shirts, the gallery, special occasions, Wendy and Amy, they're both here, without fail, whether it's raining, sunny, hurricanes, everything, no matter what, they are the two that I can always count on being here. And I also can count on them commenting on every single social media post, whether it's a like or a comment. So thank you guys specifically. And there's so many of you as well. But Wendy and Amy, you guys deserve a huge thank you as well for always being in our corner and being one of our number one our 2 cheerleaders. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that. Any other stories you want to share? Anything you want to touch on?
No, I mean, I feel like we could go on for hours and hours and hours, but I just, we really just wanted to genuinely just say thank you and just acknowledge, the impact that all of you have on us personally and on the store. And so I appreciate that. I hope you guys continue to come in and, share your moments with us. Let us help you get awesome gifts for, special weddings and special occasions. And, we hope to continue to be your go-to for these things. And even if you're not coming in to buy something, you just want to share something with us, we like that too. Like, we're here to talk, and, just thank you for everything that you have all done.
Yeah. To the sisters who drink our vodka, to the customers who enjoy our shots on Saturday nights, to the second, third generations who kind of grown with us, to the families that have supported us, to everyone. So thank you, truly from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. We've had an exciting first 4 months of the year. We've had 6 or 7 different artist events going on. We currently have a archive show. Is that the name of it? Archive show?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we currently have the archive show, and that is, I'll let you explain that one. What is that show?
The archive show it's basically a lot of jewelry that we had in our archives that we decided to pull out, that, it's either things that it was the last piece from a beautiful order. There's nothing wrong with everything. It's just stuff that we've had, and they're beautiful pieces that we're trying to find good homes for. So we have a case set up with all these archive pieces. There are a lot of things you probably haven't seen. And there's some really special items in there. So definitely stop by the gallery and check out our archive jewelry show.
Absolutely. And, as we tell you, we're constantly getting new items in. So we have some new glass, some new jewelry, some new wood pieces, some yard art. So the gallery really is stocked. So let's continue making those memories. And with Easter coming up, and Mother's Day, and graduation, and Father's Day, and anniversary, and birthdays, and just because, don't forget you can get something unique. And even if you shopped here over the years, I guarantee you're going to see brand new items you have never seen before. And if you can't make it into the gallery, definitely head over to the website, SHAPIRO'sgallery.com. or follow us on social media. And again, if you have any memories you want to share about the gallery, please send us a quick video or a quick message, either through Instagram, Facebook, or you can email it to us. So again, it's just wanted to, kind of change up the theme of the podcast this week and just kind of say thank you and share some memories about the gallery and kind of what you guys mean to us, and just genuinely say thank you. So once again, thank you. So if anything else, Alena, I'm ready to wrap this up, and let's create some more memories with everybody.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. So thank you again, and we will see you next week.
Have a good one, everybody.